Woo, boy. Well, good morning, everybody. It is 8:50 now. We had wake up around 7. I got up a little after that, to be honest. We had scrambled eggs with some bacon in it and coffee this morning. So very different cooking for 15 people than cooking for myself on trail. So I will say that's a little different. Trying to figure out, did we pack enough fuel? Do we have enough, getting water periodically through the dinner and breakfast service to get everybody fed and all that stuff. So it's a little bit of a undertaking just doing something on a grander scale like that. It seemed to work out all right. Everybody had plenty of food. Even at the end, there were a couple people that were like, I don't think I can finish all this. So that also just means we're going to be a heck of a lot lighter today. So we came up. Let me see if I can give you a little better view behind me here. This is the valley we came up yesterday, and we're going to be continuing up towards the pass, up and over. Bison Pass, I think, is up over that way. So we're going to do that 2-3 mile climb to finish the pass, and then we're losing a ton of elevation throughout the rest of the day. So should be some epic views. I hear there's some really picturesque spots. Picturesque, easy for me to say. And so it should be fun. So stay tuned. We'll check back in a little later. Five-minute break.
What?
5-minute break.
Keep holding on to. Already?
I'm kidding.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll back it up and hand it over. I'll call a family member and yeah. Thank you. 24 hours I have returned you even day off.
All right, so we're about a mile in. Just crossed a mile. Had a little creek crossing here. Guys are going to stop and add a little sunscreen. We're getting a little closer to the pass that we're going to have to go up and over Bison Pass, and it's about a mile and a half up. So far it's been a nice kind of gradual 6 to 10% grade is what it's showing. So nice beautiful kind of like meadow walks, and then kind of through the trees like this, and then you get back into the meadows. We're starting to get some views of the kind of rocky peaks that are typical in this part of Colorado. Not the same as what you're going to find out in the Snowmass Wilderness or something like that a little further west, but you're going to get stuff like this with these little granite rocky outcrops up across. Tree line goes pretty much right to the top on a lot of these. There was a big peak. It's probably another couple hundred feet higher back behind that ridge. And we're generally heading up in this direction. So we're going to find some switchbacks and a saddle that go kind of up that way. So couple tips, just real briefly. When you're with a group like this, it's very different from when I hike with Brent from Smolder Outdoors. Shout out to Brent. Heal up, bud. Look forward to many more of these kind of trips with you. But when you're in a group, you really have to manage everybody's ability level. So some are going to be really fit, some are going to be maybe not as much, and you're going to have other issues, like some may have asthma, or the altitude might be getting to them, even if they're ultra fit. You never know sometimes with the altitude how that's going to be, and you have to manage that. So taking breaks, maybe slowing the pace a little bit, talking to the group, making sure that hey, we know we're all kind of in this together, so that it's enjoyable for everybody and we're not pushing somebody so hard that it's beyond their limits. So we want everybody to really enjoy this. The point of this weekend is to introduce them, you know, a little bit to the awesomeness that is the outdoors and how much joy and excitement and adventure you can find out with no cell phone reception. And we want it to be fun, and we want it to be so that hopefully they may even want to do this on their own when they get older. So that's the hope, that's the goal, just introducing them to the backcountry, the outdoors, and make it a memorable experience. So keep that in mind if you're going with a bigger group or with newer people, or if you are a newer person. Have reasonable expectations, and don't be afraid to adapt a little bit your plans to manage. All right, that's all for now. That's the farthest I remember being able to see up the trail. Ute Creek, Brookside McCurdy Trail. We are going to stay on the Brookside McCurdy Trail. The Ute Creek Trail heads out to another parking lot, so that was another possible entry point. But we're going that way. We're going over there. We're going down for a tiny bit. All right, we have definitely started a steeper section of climb. Now we're getting into 10 to 20% grade, and you get into this last 9/10 of a mile to the top, and you're gonna feel it. You got the altitude and the strain, so nice and easy. We'll see you at the top. We are getting close to the top, and the views are getting better and better. Take a look at this. You can see the snow-packed peaks on the far range. You can see the valley below where we camped down that valley a little bit last night. But you can see for dozens of miles off to the distance. Yeah. So we're now entering this cool section of, like, I don't know, it reminds me of something out of like the Flintstones, these rock formations and this old burn that there's a lot of still pine and things like that, like these solo poles that have just been standing there for years after the burn came through. And then you've got a lot of this, you know, new growth coming up underneath. Like, look at this one. You know, it'd be a nice little Christmas tree. But there's lots of these little ones popping up, you know, kind of the circle of life. But let me flip the camera around, show you what's out in front. You can see kind of a smattering of the new growth and some of the old burn signs out in front of us on this hillside. Take a look. McCurdy Park Trail, that's what we're taking. Finally leaving Brookside McCurdy Trail. So we keep making our way down this descent. Once you get past that trail split, the trail just drops off. It's switchback after switchback. You lose a couple thousand feet of elevation. We're about halfway through that right now, and I am thankful we aren't going the other way, because as much as the climbs have challenged us going the other direction, they're nothing like this climb. This climb coming out of this river, you know, basin, it's pretty brutal. So hats off to everybody that does this route clockwise. You know, you got a monster climb to contend with, and kudos to them. It's pretty though. You got the valley between us and another peak. See if I can show you what that looks like. You can see the rocks, kind of that stunning rock face on the other side. Pretty cool. Sun might wash that out a little bit though. Well, hey everybody, we made it to camp, and just in the nick of time. That was a big struggle for sure, so we're so thrilled that we got a site. We think it's big enough, we can all squeeze in here. There's a little section up above and a section down below, so you can kind of have a couple different groups, all pretty close. And then we got our first look at the stream river crossing that we're gonna do tomorrow. So I've got to work on plans to get across that. Some people say this might be the more shallow and the main one might be a little bit deeper. We're gonna have to test that out, but we got to get camp set up and get some dinner going. So I'll check back in later.